Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for my final ePortfolio presentation. I'm excited to introduce my pre-professional self. My name is Taylor Lyle. I am a mom to a 2-year-old boy. We just got a puppy. Life's very busy. I work at Greenhurst Nursing Center as a social coordinator's assistant, and I also work as a certified nursing assistant. So I have a passion for working close with people in my community. I want to look at my post-professional self. I don't have much experience so far in the educational field as far as just my introduction to educational technology class, this class, and my introduction to education class. I'm registered to take the secondary assessments class in the spring. So that's a little bit about myself so far. I do activities in my nursing home. I host them, I plan them. I do a monthly schedule. I do one-on-one visits that are state regulated. We do anything from trivia, science experiments, Bible studies, Jeopardy, physical activities, crafting, games, music therapy. We do it all, and I just love to work closely with all of my residents, and I cannot wait to work with my students. So let's get into the assessment aspect of my ePortfolio. We're going to look at pre-assessments. I love Google Forms. It's a great sister platform to the widely used Google Classroom. So this will give direct feedback to teachers as to what their students are excelling in or struggling with. And then next we have formative assessments. I love Kahoot as well. It's a great way to get the cell phones in the classroom with a real-time feedback and question-centered learning technique. It is no secret that students are already on their cell phones all the time, so why not incorporate that into the classroom with the learning techniques needed for formative assessments? Next, we have our summative assessment. I put IXL for mine. I've used this personally from anywhere from 8th grade to 12th grade, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. I can see why educators love it so much because of its very detailed, complex, different lesson plans for each little aspect of the topics, yet it can be a heavy workload on students. So I believe that this should be used in great moderation, but the repetitive questions and just the overall format of the website is a great way to give summative assessments to students. Next, we have assistive technologies. We're going to look at speech to text. So I love YouTube transcripting. I use it myself as a student 24/7. Say you're in a pinch, you're procrastinating, and you have a video that's 45 minutes long, but you only have 30 minutes to turn in an assignment. And so a great way to analyze that video is by utilizing the transcript feature on YouTube. You click it, and the full transcript to the video speech appears underneath the video. You can then use your keyboard's Control F function to pop up a keyboard and type in keywords within the text, and it will show you exactly where it says that. Next, we have Google Docs voice translation. This is a way for students to kind of speak their writing rather than write it. Then we have speech notes. This is the same thing, except maybe you might have this pulled up as a professor speaking really fast and you can't keep up with writing the notes. That's a great way to transcribe the notes. Or you can also transcribe videos and audio recordings as well. So next we're going to look at text-to-speech. We have Google Docs Speak. This is about the same thing as before, except it speaks your writing to you. So I think this is actually a great tool for revising and editing essays because you've looked at an essay too long, you're missing the little bitty grammar details that need editing, and it spoke to you, and there it is. There's the mistake. You can fix it. It's really helpful in finding mistakes in your essays before you turn them in. Next, we have Microsoft Speak. Same thing, just in Microsoft instead of Google Docs. It works for Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, OneNote, and a multitude of other Microsoft platforms. And then we have Read Aloud. So Read Aloud is a Google Chrome extension, and it can relate text to speech in 40 plus languages. So additional assistive technology resources for teachers would include Google Translate. This is an app for overcoming language barriers, and I think it's great because it has 133 different languages, and it does speech to text, but also text to speech. Then we have Duolingo. This is more of a learning app, but it also recognizes speech to text and text to speech features as students gain knowledge on language. And then we have Announcify, and Announcify is another Chrome extension in which the app allows features that read text aloud to you. So moving along, we have classroom management. I created these posters myself through Canva. I love, love, love Canva. So let's jump right into it. We have Ms. Lyle's classroom rules. 1, help each other, and 2, but do your own work. I love classroom collaboration, but I also want people to be authentic with their work and turn their own work in. We're going to be considerate, be kind, keep the classroom clean. We're going to respect everyone in the class and respect the class's property. We're going to be punctual. That means being on time with assignments, being on time to class. We're going to label every assignment. That means what is the assignment and who's turning it in. That is very important responsibility to put on students early in life. And next, we have the procedure checklist. We have 3 different sections. We have coming into class. We're going to turn our cell phones on silent. We're going to pause conversations between friends. We're going to get out all materials for the day, begin bell work, brief yourself on today's lesson, and discuss today's lesson with peers. If you can't tell, I love classroom discussion. And then during class, we're going to refrain from the cell phone interactions, unless absolutely dire necessity. We're going to complete bell work. We're going to note important details of the lesson and participate in class discussions. Those 2, taking notes and participating in class discussions, are great ways to show that you are paying attention and you're grasping the concept. And then after class, we're going to answer 2 questions. What is one thing you learned with this lesson, and what is one thing you unlearned with this lesson? I think that students should be as willing to unlearn things as they are willing to learn things, because we are taught many things over the course of our life that may not be exactly true. And I think students should be allowed to have the open mind to unlearn these misunderstood concepts. We're going to complete homework, and we're going to have homework ready by the tardy bell by the next day. And with consequences, I feel as though this will run pretty smoothly in my classroom, as I have to deal with people and their emotions on a daily basis through my work as a social coordinator and a certified nursing assistant. So there's always a reason that people are throwing behaviors, and we don't want to give any harsh punishments for that. We might want to create an action plan. Action plans are a great way to get students and their parents involved in correcting behavior. They're going to fill out a ticket as to what happened, why they're doing it, what happened before, during, and after, the goals for the future, the feedback to the teacher as to what the teacher can do to prevent this type of behavior as well. And then we're going to have the parents sign it, and we're going to bring it back the next day. Another way to give a consequence is withholding rewards. While I hate to do that, sometimes people don't earn the rewards. Next, we have planning makeup time. It's very, very important for students to have a specific set time to make up work that they may have missed from being out of school. They may have had trouble turning in assignments on time. They may have been too distracted in class. It is great to have a morning, not detention, but a morning makeup time or an after-school makeup time to just give a little bit of extra help to students that are struggling with behaviors. And lastly, this is a great kind of unique way to get students back on task, is sending them to run an errand. They get that energy out, walking to the office, they come back and they're ready to get back on task. And I read that it's even grades 9 through 12 that benefit from the consequence of running errands. So they just kind of take a break from the classroom setting and come back re-energized and ready to learn. So technology tool in managing classroom behavior would be noise level bouncy balls. I love this, and I cannot wait to use this in my classroom. It's an online platform where you display the screen on your whiteboard, and it will show the quiet bouncy balls as being rested and the noisy ones bouncing around. And it'll throw warnings such as too loud or be quiet or shh. And it's kind of a way to give the classroom their own reins to managing their noise level, especially during like group work or independent study. It's just a fun way to monitor the classroom. So I'm so happy that y'all decided to join me for my final ePortfolio presentation. I hope